Welcome once again to Dork Doc Daily, the daily show with all the news you nerd.
Jeffrey,
What?
is my microphone working?
I think so.
Okay.
Um,
Ah,
you all right?
yeah, you put the comic box on my headphone cords.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make more room for you.
It's fine.
The daily show with all the news you nerd and all the other trimmings. Good morning, Mello. Says hi, guys. Hello. Welcome to Monday. We made it. We've made it to here. Another week. Um, sure, the health secretary wants to throw me and everyone else on ADHD meds and work camps, but for here, here's the thing.
Joke's on you. Like, you take away my ADHD meds and you put me in a work camp? Like, that's not gonna work the way that you think it will work.
That's
I'm just gonna sit there. You're gonna tell me to do something. I'm just gonna look at you like,
like, oh yeah, I was supposed to break those rocks.
yeah, ooh, sorry, I forgot. Or like, you half finished this task over here, and yeah, sorry.
Um, someone said happy Precedence Day, a day where we reset precedents. This year I'm resetting the precedent that I will only answer to High Commander or some sombrero Pete Lord of the Bullwhip.
I like the second one because it has my cat's name in it.
That's pretty good. Um, but yeah, it's
Sometimes I forget that grown men are also named Pete. Because someone messaged me on Instagram and they were like, "Aw, me and your cat share a name." And I'm like, oh.
he's like, I don't like that actually. Could you change your
Oh.
name?
Yeah.
My cat had it first.
Yeah, he did though.
Um, but yeah, that's the thing. If you take a bunch of people off of ADHD meds and put them in work camp, like I don't think that's gonna go well for you, bud.
Well, the worm in his brain is telling him to do that. You think that worm has any like actual knowledge on what's going on in the outside world? He's just hearing like echoes
There's
out
not
of
a
that
lot of
man's.
food up there.
Yeah, exactly. He's starving. He's like fucking trying his best.
Um, till it's that dude's name was Waffles.
Yes.
Um, it is funny now because we have a pancake, a waffles, a bug, and a Pete. So like, there's like three like very just like names that would only
I'm
work
gonna
for
name our
animals.
next cat something incredibly unhinged. I don't know what yet, but like it's gonna be more unhinged than Bug
Bug isn't all that unhinged.
for a cat.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of surprised he didn't stick with the breakfast naming convention.
Oh, Okay, so like there was a cat that used to hang out in our yard that may or may not have been Bug or Bug's father, who I called at the time Hash Brown,
Yeah,
and I'm not sure that like I don't remember if we had the breakfast cats at
yeah.
the time. So yeah, I called him Hash Brown and cuz he was brown and like toasty colored.
Toasty. What does toasty colored
Like a
mean?
tan. He had like tan
Okay.
around his face. Yeah, I think it was Bug or Bug's father.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. Like it's a spitting image of Bug,
it does look very similar.
and but like huge, huge. Like he was up to his like full, like like tomcat potential of like just big man, and like so I'm assuming it was his dad because Bug is like little and then got big.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can never tell cats' ages anymore because like Pete, I always forget that Pete is only 5 years old.
Yeah, because he's a substantive
He's a large man,
creature. Yeah,
and he just acts like an older cat, but he's actually a baby.
yeah.
Well, he'll
I
always
guess
be a baby. He is.
he's my sassy stepson.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, the weird thing for me about this, and I was like, I don't know and can't make any sense of any of the news anymore, and I have to sit and read the news all the time to put together articles for the show, and every day I'm just like, I would like to not look at any of this, but good lord, it's all there.
Yeah.
And I'm not a very smart guy. I went to I, I'm not saying I'm dumb, but I'm just also like my
I think
knowledge
you're
is in
very smart.
things like comic books and movies and other media. I was an English major. Um, I run a comic shop, so I don't know a whole lot about the interconnections of and intersectionality of how the world works. But even I would be like, hey, do you know what's one like unstoppable force that I probably don't want to fuck around with? Big pharma. Like like
Y-
do you know who wants to keep selling me pills forever and ever and ever?
Yeah.
Big pharma. Do, do, it is insane to me this idea that it's just like, oh, we'll take all these people off these pills and throw them like for like, who do you think's paying your salary, buddy? Like, what are you talking about? And all these people are like, all right, can he legally do that? And like, this is gonna be the thing that gets someone like taken out. Like, it's
Again, the worm in his brain is not fully up to speed
okay.
on many things. He's just.
Hello, GU. How is Sweet Pea today? Our favorite snake, because we don't have a snake.
Sweet pea?
Is GU's snake?
Oh, I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
That's adorable that your snake's name is Sweet Pea.
It's a better name than. Is it a better name than Bug
Well, I
and
thought you were saying
Waffles and
Sweet Pete for a second, and I was like, oh, they also have a pet named Pete? Or like some rendition of Pete?
Dylan says he's Kennedy. Of course, someone's gonna take him out. Yeah, unfortunately. That is a sad and funny joke. Dew says he ate a big mouse and is vibing.
Aw, the baby.
It's gotta be good. Good. I don't know if you could own a snake. I think you'd struggle with the mouse thing.
Yeah, my mom used to do it in front of me though when I was a kid, which I'm not really sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't really decided yet. Um, like my brain hasn't decided yet. For me, I don't know that like I'm not making a statement on whether or not feeding a mouse to a snake in front of a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 7-year-old was like the move. I'm just saying for me personally, I don't think it causes me any trauma, but like now also I cry over every single animal. So I don't know if that was like the consistent when I was a kid too. It probably was because like I was always out there like trying to save animals when
Yeah.
I was little. Even animals that didn't need to be saved. Like I did not need to be climbing trees and looking into birds' nests and being like, "Grandma, their mom is gone. I think they need a new mom." She's like, "Yeah, well, no, their mom leaves and then comes back."
GU says they're frozen and dead. Much easier. Um,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and
that too.
and GU says like I couldn't until I met my snake. If that makes any sense, I couldn't ever live feed. Yeah.
No, I don't think I could do that either.
Dylan says it's arguably the worst family tradition in the country.
I struggled when I
That's
had
true.
spiders, feeding my spiders like live crickets, and crickets are a little less like mammal-y than mice.
Yes.
But like someone was like, "Oh, it's fine. If the spider is struggling to get the cricket, just remove the cricket's legs. Its back legs." And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "It won't really feel it." I'm like, "Are you fucking sure? Cuz I think it will."
Like,
I was in like
I like my legs.
a spider forum or something. They're like, "It's fine." I'm like, "What the fuck?" No. I'm barely like I had to like take tweezers and gently like not like squish the cricket but like move it cuz I couldn't put it in there with my hands but like I had to take tweezers and like gently move the cricket into the spider enclosure and then drop the cricket in there. And like that felt wrong even too. So I was trying to like shake the crickets into the spider enclosure, but then the crickets would jump out. And then Pete was around at the time, so he'd eat the crickets like off the floor. And like if any of them ever got out,
Horrified, trying to feed the cricket to the spider. Cricket jumps out. Your cat eats the cricket.
Yeah, it was quite the circle of life, of which I was just like, these crickets are not safe. Not safe anywhere.
G says rat snakes are great because they love frozen thawed. Don't worry, I highly recommend rat snakes like eastern rats or corns. Pine gopher and bull snakes I think are good eaters. King snakes too. They almost never reject frozen thawed.
Aww.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me go up. Sombrero Pete, Lord of the Bullwhip, says, Jeff, I hate to be that guy, but you keep mispronouncing my name. I'm trying to set the precedence after all.
Yeah, how dare you?
I'll do what I can to move things forward. Hey, we don't just talk about Precedence Day on the show. We also cover all the news you nerd in a whole segment we like to call the Daily Quack. G says, no killing a living animal with a rat snake. Also, I love mice, so I can never. Yeah, I would struggle.
Me too. I always feed the mice in our house and try to save them from our cats. And Jeff is always like, just let it happen. It's a circle of life. You're offending the cat if you don't let it kill the mouse.
What's really good? I mean, it's also just good for the cat's brain to chase the mice around.
I play with them.
Okay.
They have toys.
Okay.
I literally drag a thing across the floor that looks like a mouse, and they chase it. And then they catch it. What's the difference?
Difference right there.
No.
Death and murder.
No. Well, our cats are assholes. They don't even do it for like the hunt. They do it for the hunt. They don't do it to like eradicate the mouse. They do it because they're assholes and they want to like play with the mouse.
Yeah, because they have a prey drive.
Yeah, but they don't like actually take care of the mouse. I can't even say it. They just like bat it around until it has like issues with walking, and then like it's awful. I hate it. It's like I love cats so much, but that's like the one thing that I'm just like, they have such the knack for just like completely smooshing bugs and like little small animals like that.
GU says, fun fact, cats actually rarely eat or even kill rats. Less than 1%. They just chase them into hiding.
Our cats like to play with them, and they like to show us that they got them. Not like when they're gone, but like they like to carry them around when they're still alive, and like room to room just be like, look what I did, look what I got, I did it. And there was this one time that I managed to like get a mouse away from them before they had done any damage to it, and like was seriously contemplating like keeping the mouse as a pet, but I was like, there's no way in this house that this mouse is going to be safe. But we did get him a little like bucket, and we put him in our garage, and I fed him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in which he ate, and he also really liked Cheez-Its, I think. Maybe, I don't remember. He ate something else too, because I was about to give him like actual cheese, and then the internet was like, don't do that, and I was like, fair enough. So I gave him something else, but I don't remember what I gave him. But I did that, and I put him in a bucket, and then he like hopped out of the bucket that night, and I'm assuming went right back into the house. So
probably.
But like at least he kind of just got a nice little night away from our murderous cats.
Dylan says Pete doesn't want to be fed. Pete wants to hunt. No, Pete wants to be fed. He doesn't. And he wants to eat his food in another room so people don't watch him eat.
He's autistic. And Bugs started doing it too.
Yes. when Buddy was here, he was the murderer. He would straight up murder things.
He would eviscerate things. It was bad. I was like, it was traumatizing. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I will not talk about it actually. But like,
But G says, on the whole, cats not named Buddy are surprisingly bad at killing rats. Over a 7-9 day period, feral felines just killed 2 rats instead of opting to hunt less challenging prey from the Smithsonian. In fact, they can make rats worse because the rats hide, which makes folks think there's less, and they kill actual rat predators. Cats are swindlers. I love them.
they're beautiful creatures.
Beautiful little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, most of the time, yeah, cats don't murder, but I had a little murder machine living here for years.
It was funny because I really threw him off his game because you must have been like very supportive of him in his
Yes.
mouse hunting, but I was just like, no, 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 and then I would like feed the mouse. I would like give the mouse like I remember one time there was a mouse in our oven.
Mm-hmm.
Which now that, but at the time I wasn't living here, so I was just like less.
You were like feeding the thing while the rest of us were like, gross, and you're like, here you go.
I was giving him Oreo cookies. He was so cute. He would just poke his little head out. He wasn't like in the oven part of like where you would like eat. He was like in the top like part where like the clock is.
Yeah.
And he would like poke his little head out of it and just be like, "Hello, I'd like my cookie now." And then I gave him the cookie and then he'd run off. It was hilarious.
Alamo Drafthouse. Oh, that's the big. Let me read this first. Weiscott's schizophrenia, proven by like 10 studies, kill multiple native species, contribute to 30% of the ecological damage for the food supply, and don't even do the one thing we're spread around for, but I jump in a box real cute and watch the humans lose their mind.
Wait, cats can cause schizophrenia?
Apparently.
Why? That's so interesting.
Maybe their poop. I know they're like, their pee and their poop is like bad for us.
Well,
Like,
great.
especially
I'm the one who
pregnant women.
cleans the litter box all the time, so I guess if I start losing it, it's because of that.
It's because they have a bunch of poisonous stats. Okay. Hey, the Alamo
I gotta look this up. Hold on.
Alamo Drafthouse staff, New York theaters joined Colorado location and going on strike. This is from Katie Kilkenny over at Hollywood Reporter, who says employees at 2 unionized Alamo Drafthouse theaters in New York have joined their colleagues in Colorado, making good on a threat to strike. Staffers at the chain's Lower Manhattan and Downtown Brooklyn theaters in New York have begun withholding their labor in protest over layoffs they claim violated labor law, following a similar walkout at the Sloan's Lake location in Colorado earlier Friday. The move means that all 3 unionized Alamo Drafthouses out of 42 theaters nationwide are now on strike. The work stoppage in Sloan's Lake will go on until further notice, according to Communications Workers of America, Local 7777, which represents the workers and claimed that the cuts were made not out of financial need and violated the status quo labor protections and good faith bargaining practices. This is not the Alamo Drafthouse we have supported and built over the years. This is Sony, their new corporate owner, pulling the strings, attempting to silence our collective voice and strip us of our power. But we refuse to be silent and we refuse to be powerless, said Union Bargaining Committee member Josh Reitz in a statement. Alamo Drafthouse declined to comment, but an insider close to the company maintained the layoffs were a decision made by the theater chain only, independent of Sony, I'm sure. Like, our brand new corporate overlords had nothing to do with us getting layoffy lately. Ugh. The Sloan's Lake location was still operational as of Friday. The move marks an escalation in labor turmoil over a round of layoffs that Sony-owned Alamo Drafthouse conducted nationwide in early 2025. The cuts affected both consumer-facing and corporate employees before what the theater chain believed to be a slow few months at the box office. In at least some cases, theater staffers were told they could reapply for their jobs at a later point, Labor advocates have argued that in the recent past, Alamo Drafthouse simply reduced staffers' hours during slow months rather than terminated their employment. UAW Law 2179, which represents the New York workers, filed an unfair labor practice complaint at the National Labor Relations Board on February 4th, alleging the company failed to refuse to bargain in good faith around layoffs and requests for information at the parties were negotiating a first contract. It's also, Sony buys all the Alamo Draft Houses, and 3 of them are unionized, and those unionized ones lose 70% of their workers.
So I just was going down this rabbit hole of like this because I like information. And then I got down another rabbit hole of like some women women there's a select population of women who develop schizophrenia when menopause hits because estrogen levels drop significantly around menopause.
Something to look forward to.
Dude, I'm not even like I already have PMDD, which is like your cycle times it by 1,000. Like, I thought growing up that every month wanting to unalive myself at a specific time every month was normal. And it's not. It's not. But that is talking to you about it, I can't really like I don't have any examples because there's not really a thing that no offense to you, but men go through every month in which it's like a cycle,
Yeah, mine didn't cycle. It was just like
well,
constant
I had other bouts of it too, but like I thought that it was normal.
Yeah.
To feel that way.
For it to spike around a specific time.
I mean, to the point that like people around me can like
the bleedsies don't want to beesies.
The people around me can like tell a week before I start.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a completely different person. Sorry. I was gonna say sorry in advance, but we've been together for 3 years. There's not really.
I'm aware.
There's not really an advance here. Sorry for past and both advance, I guess. But
GU says they carry bacteria via evolution. It's how they kill their prey. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And it's a cinema. Yeah, it's a cinema chain. GU says I don't think they're here, so I thought it was a beer place. It does sound like a beer place. GU says my blood is likely poisoned due to my health issues. I get your periods are so much. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to go through them, but yeah, that's my family has just all like crazy intense monthly stuff, and then like the flare-ups of like never cancer, but just like, hey, your area there down the uterine stuff is going to just start growing polyps. And
I had the cysts, you mean?
Cysts and worse in my family. Yeah.
I haven't gotten any in my adult life, but as a teenager, for whatever reason, it was like I would go into the ER because like they thought like my appendix was bursting, but it was just ovarian cysts.
But like every woman in my family has had like full-on polyps that they've had to test for cancer and been like, turns out no.
Yeah, just
maybe keep an eye on that. And
yeah.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
GU says the face I made when my GP explained the blood loss can kill you, and I was like, I feel like evolution messed up. Squeeze me. Yeah, that's how Brittany Murphy. That's like she had a lot of health issues, but that was the thing that like pushed it over the line, the straw that broke the camel's back, because she just had like a really bad period, and she was anemic and passed away.
That was a really sweet moment where like I mean, I knew that you cared about me before and like felt seen by you before, but it was very much just this like, hey, we're going to start trying to eat more like red meat and like things with like protein and like things that will help you with your anemicness because like
Yeah, especially during that
during
time.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz I've had steak twice this month. It's been great.
Dylan says, "Did you just say the bleedsies don't want to beesies?" I sure did. Thank you for appreciating that because it just went completely unappreciated in this room.
No, it's okay. I appreciated it silently in my head.
Um, she said, "Yeah, it's always the stupid stuff that kills you when you're ill. Periods, UTI, etc. Always a paper cut, stiff freeze." Yeah.
What is that sound?
It was a salt truck driving by.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what it was and it freaked me out.
No, the salt truck. Diablo Speedrun Sleuths proved its 15-year world record was fake after reverse engineering the game and failing to replicate the run in a 2.2.
Why is there a yellow flag outside our house?
What?
There's like a little tiny yellow flag in our yard. I've never noticed it before. Are they doing work?
No, they have to. They have to like chart the lines.
Well, they're charted already. Why do they need that flag there forever? Has it been there forever?
It's not been there forever. They do it like once a year.
Can we take it off?
Sure.
I just don't like it.
Okay.
I just noticed it. I probably never noticed it before because of there was no snow and like the ground was like brown and leafy, so I just like it got lost in the colors. But now there's just white on the ground, and I was like, "There's a yellow flag out there."
Yeah, they do it like once a year. They like go through and like double check. I don't.
I knew there was something like that to do with it. I just wasn't 100% sure because again, I hadn't seen it.
A guy used to come into the shop that was like his job, and he explained it all to me once, and like I don't remember because that's so beyond my area of expertise. But yeah, it's something they go in and they like check that everything's doing what it's supposed to do, and then they're like,
Like
yep.
the ground is doing what it's supposed to
No,
do?
that the lines are not like.
What lines? Like the pipelines in the ground?
Yeah, because there's
Oh, okay.
there's gas and water there in those places and sewage, and they have to make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do, and then also chart where it is and keep that on file and make sure the the what's on record reflects what's actually there. Because if they like are ever like, yeah, you can do this project out here.
And then you drill or you like do something else like in the ground.
Right, because if we brought like a plumber out to do something, the plumber would then go get like the okay to do stuff, and the county would be like, okay, here's where all this stuff is.
Oh, that makes sense. That must be why my grandpa used to yell at me when I would dig random holes in the yard.
I mean, also just that, just because you would also dig random holes, the probably
I
has
just
nothing to do with that, but more like he's like my yard.
I
He
just
probably is
wanted
one
to
of those
see how
guys.
deep I could dig. It wasn't like I was digging a bunch of holes. I just wanted to see how far.
Did you ever try to dig to China?
No, but I thought that if I got in a box and like cuz we like ordered like a TV or something, like a box big enough for a very small child to fit in. And I thought that if I got in the box and like got someone to take me up that they would send me to Timbuktu. I thought that was a real place.
Mm.
It's not.
Timbuktu's not a real place.
What? I don't think so.
Is Timbuktu not a real place?
I thought it was a fake place that parents said they were going to send their kids to as a joke.
No, it's a city in Mali.
Huh?
What are you talking? You thought Timbuktu wasn't real?
Well, because my grandpa would always be like, and then, okay, remember I was just telling the origin story. I would get in a box and I would be like, I want you to send me to Timbuktu. And my grandpa would be like, haha, no, we're not going to do that. You wouldn't last in a box. And then after that he would make jokes about how like if I don't like
It had a
behave,
population of 32,000 in the 2018 census.
if I don't behave or whatever, he's gonna send me to Timbuktu. So I thought that was a joke. I thought it was all a joke. It was not a real place. It turns out he was threatening to send me somewhere real.
Yeah, it's Timbuktu. It was a constant joke, and there's Timbuktu. There's where he was gonna send you. It was a constant joke in like Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff. Like, I'm gonna send you to Timbuktu.
Oh, okay.
That's where he got it from. But yeah, it's a real place.
Well, you learn something new every day, I guess. I learn a lot of new things every day, but like this one is kind of earth-shattering for me.
Mel says misdig under the ground. Have to call misdig before you dig outside. Exactly. Dylan says totally real place. Fun fact: 23,000 of those 32,000 people are misbehaved children from first world countries. Jesus, ask if she knows if Albuquerque is real.
Albuquerque is real. There's a Weird Al song about it.
That's what
Yeah.
makes it real or not. Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't lie to me.
In Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Ted Litchfield, by the way, over at PC Gamer.
I gotta go take my meds. It's struggle this morning.
Okay.
I can't
Don't let
focus.
Robert Kennedy see you, Junior.
Okay. I'll just spray some diatomaceous earth on the ground wherever I go, and
to keep his worm away.
This fucking worm can't follow me that way. That's amazing, actually. I'm going to do that.
First reported by Ars Technica, a team of Diablo speedrun enthusiasts have decisively proven that a 3-minute any % world record that has stood since 2009 was faked. The effort required reverse engineering Diablo's map generation system, which has 2.2 billion legitimate outputs. The offending speedrun was uploaded to Speed Demos archive by Maciej Grubu Masalewski back in March 2009. I don't feel bad butchering their name because they're a cheater. And featured an unbelievably lucky sorcerer run with a finishing time of 3 minutes 12 seconds. The run was segmented any %, meaning Grubu could use certain allowed exploits as well as save the game and redo a portion of the to get a better time, adding those best of segments together for the final count. The Diablo Magpen team alleges that Grupu's manipulation of the game went far beyond what was disclosed or allowed. G says, we say Timbuktu because apparently it's so far away. We're implying kids will die before they get there. Hooray! That was a poem. I don't know that you intended that to rhyme, but it did, and I enjoyed that a great deal. It seemed very unusual that we would have so many levels with the upstairs and downstairs right next to each other, said speedrun expert and Tazboot keeper Alan Dwango-AC Cecil about Grubu's apparent luck. We wanted to find some way of replicating this. The Diablo Magpen tool, whose development is primarily credited to Matthew Petroff on GitHub, required reverse engineering Diablo. It quickly lays out the entire dungeon below Tritsum, including item exit and quest distribution, in a given seed of the game. Those seeds are the possible procedurally generated layouts of a given game of Diablo, with a playthrough seed set when a game is started. There are 2.2 billion possible legitimate variations, each assigned to 1 second on the system clock between January 1st, 1970 and December 31st, 2038, which might have been a sort of mini Y2K for Diablo if modders hadn't figured this out. Though Guru claimed to have performed his winning run through luck and skill alone, the Magpen tool proved you could only find certainly highly advantaged conditions he ran into on maps outside of Diablo's valid date range. You can hack the game to make it work outside the legitimate seeds, though it's unclear how Grubu produced his exact run back in 2009. Grubu defended his run by saying it was a segmented/spliced run. It always has been and was never passed off as anything else, nor was it part of any competition or leaderboards. Yeah, bud, if it was a world record for the last 16 years, that's a leaderboard. What are you talking about? Like, it's fine. It wasn't part of any competition or leaderboard. That's both a competition and a leaderboard. You've had 16 years claiming to be the world record holder. Jesus Christ. I can't with people. Like, it's fine.
Sorry, I had to give the cat some treats.
You had to give them some treats.
Bug, like, drooled all over the floor. Like, he was eating his treats off the floor, and there's, like, a big wet spot there now.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
I know.
But that doesn't account for the sheer impossibility of the dungeon layout he encountered or the other irregularities that have been since uncovered in Grubu's run, like the ease and speed with which he defeated Diablo or mismatched details that indicate he spliced the footage from different versions of the game. You can read full analysis debunking Grubu's run from Tossboot. People that are adults that cheat at video games might be that might be the clearest indication for worst kind of human to me.
I have experience with, I'm not going to talk about it too deeply because I'm not trying to, like, start anything.
Elon Musk, you have experience with Elon Musk? What? Oh, he got caught cheating at video games.
Okay, well, that's unsurprising. No, I'm trying to... Actually, I will talk about this in a different way at a different time because I want to make sure that I have all of my facts before I start talking about it.
About someone cheating at video games?
Well, kind of, sort of. It's in that same realm of, like, cheating in a speedrun kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I know someone who's personally done that and was, like, shamed on the internet for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a fun
They're not a
story.
good person anyway beyond that, so... But I'm kind of like... hello.
Welcome to the party, pal.
A Dewbeard has
Whoa.
rated us.
Thanks for the raid, Addo.
Thank you.
Welcome in.
I started eating, sorry.
Let me make sure I give a shout out to Addo. There we go. Welcome in. We are Dork Duck. If you don't know us, I'm Jeff. That is Lena. This is our Monday through Friday morning show in which we do geek news. Tell me all about your stream. How was Techno Banter? I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. And Addo and everyone else, if you need to raid and run, Addo, I know it's extremely late for you. It's like sleepy times. If you need to go off and rest, you will not hurt our feelings, except for maybe Selena's.
No,
But
not hurt my feelings.
no, I was just editing that video yesterday where I'm telling somebody like, "Hey, if you have to raid and run, it won't hurt our feelings." And you're like, "No, it'll hurt mine. I will start crying."
No, I'm never serious.
Think Papers, Please, but with humor and a bouncer in a cyberpunk Germany. Oh, that's insanely up my alley. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. Techno Banter. I wonder if I can add it to a wish list or something.
You can actually, there's this cool thing on your phone called a Notes app. This is what I do whenever anyone says anything that my brain is like, remember that later. I put it in my Notes app with zero context whatsoever. So sometimes it's like, I'll remember what the context is and be like, oh yeah, it's that game I wanted to play or download or whatever.
Look how cool this looks, though.
But sometimes,
Yeah.
hold on, let me find my Notes app because
You just have like the notes from.
I have weatherization DHS program. Light lettuce, tomato, mayo, onion, salt, and pepper.
Do you have any context for those? What they meant?
No.
Okay.
Post-its. Oh, that's just a.
Like a shopping list.
Yeah. 21 individuals, 2 big bowls.
What?
Oh, that's my. I used to write down in my Notes app what I had to do for
That
work for.
slightly sounds like a Rage Against the Machine song. 21 individuals, 2 big bulls.
No.
21 individuals.
No, it was when I used to work at a restaurant, we would do like catering orders, and so that would be what Brussels egg, shrimp, bacon, onion.
I can't remember how to like wish list things on Steam. Wish. Okay, well, it's there. I don't know what to do with it. Okay. Dylan said, "Hi, Addo.
Jeff wears 10.5 shoes is one of my notes from 2022.
Think you were gonna buy me a pair of shoes?"
I did buy you a pair of shoes.
Holt says, "Hi, Addo. Happy President's Day here in the U.S. Any precedents you want to set for this year?" And I said, "I would set the precedent of being a nice dude who gives others the desire to eat cheese."
That's a good precedent.
Yeah. G says something about cyberpunk Germany is extra horrifying for me. Like, instead of warm bread and cute ancient houses, it's cold and they yell 9 at you. Yes, exactly. Etta says, yeah, it's a bit of an unhappy place, not going to lie, but the game is pretty fun for the 2 hours or so I played. Yeah, that looks awesome. Well, Addo, you just missed the speedrunner whose 15-year-old world record was proven to be fake. And we're moving on to a Sailor Moon musical is setting sail in the U.S.
What? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Someone that I know is very excited about it.
Is that someone me?
Well, now there's 2 people that I know.
No,
that
I'm
are
not.
very excited.
I'm indifferent to the Sailor Moon, but I think it's weird and neat. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon: The Super Live is a new 2.5D musical entertainment show. This is from Vishu Reddy, by the way, over at Nerdist. Coming to the United States in March. It's based on the manga of the same name by Nako Takuchi, which also made the anime. The show's previews start March 12th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of musical theater. The show is in Japanese with English subtitles. How does that work? Sailor Moon's musical.
Ooh, sorry, someone found an old dog. I was looking at my notes and then I hit Facebook because it's like second nature. And then the first post was someone being like, I found this old dog. I love dogs.
Dogs are great.
Anyway, go on about your Sailor Moon music.
No, how are they going to do Japanese with English subtitles if you're like attending?
They're going to stream them straight into your brain. We're all going to have the Elon Musk chip
the
by
Neuralink?
then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Just kidding. It's not. It's not good. It's bad.
Dylan says, I hope those actresses have security 24/7. Some Sailor Moon guys can be a little creepy-ish. Mello says subs on the screen above the stage. Okay.
Oh, that's actually, yeah, that makes sense.
The show isn't okay. Sailor Moon's musical.
Are we gonna go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
Do you want to go to the Sailor Moon musical?
I think that could be cool.
Sailor Moon's musical adaptation follows a recent wave of anime musicals like last year's Attack on Titan one.
We have to like not be frivolous with the moolahs because of C2E2 happening, but like
Yeah.
that would still be a cool thing to go to see. Mayhaps.
Together we fight together. I was semi-famous for a Sailor Moon song I did. So, like, I don't think they know who I am. Cool. That told me nothing. But, like, I guess.
Was the end of an era video. You don't have to click on it now, but that guy is like, no, I don't want that sandwich. It's making me sick.
It's when I go to click on it, it says the real reason Subway is failing.
Oh, just go watch that Game Grumps animated about Subway, and it'll tell you all about why it's failing.
Hedo says, yeah, some people see the boundary and use a rocket to go past it. Yeah. We had a thing yesterday where, like, Sam, and I fucking love Sam, because Sam's like, hey, by the way, I hope it's okay. I blocked this person you've never heard of. And I was like, yeah, that 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Keep doing stuff like that.
that is the sign of a wonderful moderator.
But that then sent me down the rabbit hole of everything that was going on with that particular individual. And at
It's not great.
at the time, he was live on live on Twitch, being like, all these people saying I do this thing.
And there's like literal screenshots of him doing those things and breaking these boundaries and completely ignoring people's like comfort levels and like just it's not great.
But he
It's
was like
icky.
live on Twitch at the time, just be like, I don't even have emotes like that. Just fucking hive mentality, man. Bunch of people I thought were friends.
I had no context to this, but like looking into it for about 10 minutes and his reaction to it, I could already tell this person was like not.
Oh, the reaction told you everything you needed to know.
Yep.
The like, oh, everyone's spreading lies about me. Everyone, and like.
Well, that and the screenshots. You can't really. I mean, I guess if you're really, really good at like Photoshop or something, but I don't know anyone that would. It is more difficult to doctor screenshots. So like.
Edo says, "Oh, I know that person. They are not fire." Yeah, it did not. Seem great, but then it was that thing of like poking into it a little bit, and you're just like, "Holy shit, man!" Like. And like we were talking about it yesterday, if you got like falsely accused of stuff, your reaction would probably be like, they were indeed false accusations. Your reaction would probably be like, hey, like if anything sad would still be a rough reaction, but it would make a lot more sense than anger. The anger just tells me that
the anger and like this is so hilarious. This is so funny. It's like nothing is funny about like you being told that you're breaking people's boundaries and not being a safe person. Like that's not funny. That's not like you're not. It's a weird thing to like, and I understand the like he was being defensive and so therefore being like, oh, that's hilarious because like it can't possibly be true and like everyone's believing all these lies. It's like, again, I don't know this person, and just like by his reaction I could tell that the things that people were saying, again, and the screenshots, that just told me everything that I needed to know.
I tell you, when I first was like let loose after like 10 years of marriage and like had never dated or like really interacted in that way and was like suddenly like a poly dude on the internet. Like I was definitely, I had to have some people take me aside like, hey, you're being a little creepy, bud.
Yeah, you're going a little over the line. I don't know. I didn't know you then, so I can't.
But yeah, because it was just like what, you're just like, blah! Like, and it's like I definitely.
But like you backed down and didn't like push and be like, no, like this is like you took that like constructive criticism and you learned from it because you're like literally one of the safest people I've ever like known and been around. And like I, as somebody who was like dating and was also poly at the time, like I was talking to dudes that were not that were like the opposite of that and like same energy as this dude of just the like gonna make a lot of weird advances and then kind of be like, oh, I didn't mean anything by it, or like, oh,
I'm just being silly.
I'm just being silly, and like, oh, well, don't take things so seriously. Don't be so like blah 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 blah. Just being icky in general, and like you were always very like, is this okay? Is this okay? Are you okay? Are you good? Like you were like there was a couple other people that like I had met during that time that were very sweet, but like you were one of the people that I was like, oh, like I feel safe around this person.
Well, and I've continued to be like, hey, there's these specific instances with you in which I wasn't like prioritizing your safety, and I could have done that better. And
Yeah, like you're like
not to pat myself too hard on that, because again, I was a creepy little shit for a minute, but like people pulled me aside and were like, "Hey, dude."
yeah,
like,
it's all about like accountability and like using that to grow into a better person. And like that's also not to say that those people, if you did have like any like like I don't know what word I'm looking for. Like they don't have to forgive you even if you grow and become a better person.
Well, in one instance, I left a community because like someone felt uncomfortable by me, and I was just like, I was like, I don't like, I'm new here. Like, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's not, I did not mean that way, but like, I'm not sitting here trying to like make spaces uncomfortable for people. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bye.
yeah.
And like, I just don't understand the reaction of just like fucking lies, man. All the Addo says I literally ran into that person on a stream, and literally the second message immediately set off alarm bells in my head. Yeah, it's a fucking bummer. Says OMG bitches these days just don't want nice guys like me equals all the red flags. I want to punch every one of those incel assholes. Yeah.
If you have to yell loudly and aggressively about what a nice guy you are, you're probably not. Like if you have to like argue and yell and be essentially aggressive and mean about the fact that you're a nice guy, you're probably not a nice guy.
Probably not. Edo says also, as much as I want to stay, I also need to sleep one of those days. I'll be here for the full stream though, because I miss you lovely people. I hope the stream / time zone goes well. Take care and stay awesome.
Yeah.
Love you, dude. Thanks
Love
so
you,
much for the
Edo.
raid. We
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
Sleep well.
Have a good sleeps.
And Gio was asking what it was, and Addo said a boundary crossing creep on Twitch who is well known in some Final Fantasy circles. If you want their name to ban them, I can whisper it. Yeah, it's that's it. We never had any run-ins with them, and now never will. But
They have been blocked.
They have been blocked and banned at all places. But it was one of those, like, it sent me down the rabbit hole of like, who the fuck is this? And then yeah, it was it was
a time.
It was an interesting 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, I got to get back to editing. Like, I've given this person way too much of my attention today. G says I might play Final Fantasy games, and am girl would like to know. Yeah, okay. If Addo doesn't take care of you, we'll make sure you're taken care of. Which was Sam's thing of just being like, no, we're not.
Well, it helps. Like we didn't know this person at all, and like I don't think they'd ever been on our stream. The name sounded vaguely familiar, but again, they were in.
So they might have come in
They
with
were
a raid
in
or
the
something.
same circles,
Yeah.
but like I figured out then that like they knew somebody that I knew from Facebook. So like I had to tell that person like, hey, just so you know, but like that is the helpful nature of being open about these things and being like telling your community about these things is like that person might not have known and then been like, you know, like.
And there's probably a path to like, I'm one of the most forgiving people on the planet, the most like looking for understanding, trying to see the best people person on the planet. There's probably a path to back to whatever you had or more. If I would have popped into that guy's live stream and it would have been him sitting around being like, it's a real bummer. Like, I didn't think I was making anyone uncomfortable, but apparently I was. And, you know, tech stuff is always like, even if he was lying, like that would at least be a better approach than like the fucking people at
Hive mind.
Yeah.
Hive mind.
Thought people were loyal. Guess they're not. They're
Like,
believing all these lies.
dude.
It's just like, dude, you made people uncomfortable. Like, it's
take that, learn from it, grow. And also, you don't like if people don't want to forgive you, that's completely they're in their rights to not forgive you. There's also this like kind of I don't know that it's like a common or popular practice, but there's a lot of people out there that like do the like, well, I changed and I've grown, and like it's like, yeah, but those people still don't have the like, I don't know what word I'm looking for. I keep getting stumped on this word. It's driving me crazy. Like, they don't have to forgive you. Like, so just move on and like take the L, be a better person, and just like grow, and like that's all you can do in those situations when you mess up like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you're allowed a life and existence after these things, and you should grow and change. But like people, especially the people that were made to not feel safe, like are allowed to continue to not feel safe. Like that's fine. All right, sleep for the beard, night all night. Addo.
good night.
G says the internet gives these people way more voice than otherwise because you don't see their living situations. Like when I see the ramble crazy people going on tangents against whatever thing I remember the ones I met in real life, I wouldn't even touch their house. I mean that's true too of like, you know, you have a lot of situations where it's very easy you know, with us in a 3-camera setup in this room, we're a little more vulnerable to like seeing who we are and how we live. But, you know, the entire house could be trashed and like
I promise you it's not.
Sleet, I can't handle this analogy. But the entire house could be, you know, like full of like just wading through trash as we walk
Bestie,
around
we
there.
have 4 cats. I'm not going to let my cats live like that.
No, I
let
can't.
alone my children or me.
Okay, I'm aware. I'm just saying that it's like even this, in which you're seeing more of who we are and what we live than some of the average streams out there, like you're still seeing a thin veneer in what we want you to see.
Yeah. To be honest, though, our stream setup has been a hot mess before. Like, you guys,
Yeah,
we're very open and honest and vulnerable about basically every aspect
because
of
we
our
are
life.
who we are, but it's like you very easily could have a situation where, and I'm not saying that like messy house equals automatically bad person or anything,
No.
because then I would be a bad person. But like, I'm just saying that it's like it is still a presentation. Social media is all a presentation. Everything is, you're not getting the full picture of who people are, how they live, what their day-to-day life looks like, what other, you know, shit they're navigating and everything else. And so yeah, it's like who's to know that this small tip of the iceberg, who this person really is and what their life is. But man, does it suck, because like that reaction is just not what you want to see.
It's not Gucci.
G says, I mean, my house is a mess because disabled, hooray. But like boxes oozing things and like skyscrapers is so odd. I need a nurse though. Oh, I skipped a bunch of stuff too. Oh no, I read all that. Good luck. Is there? Well, I don't know anymore because all those programs keep getting. But you're not in this country, so you're probably, yeah, whatever pursuit you need to do to get a nurse. Value. If you're in this country, I'd be like, don't know if what programs still exist or don't exist or do, but are on the chopping block, or everything's really weird right now over here. But oh, you live in Florida? Okay, everything's on fire. Yep. I thought you were safe, but yeah. So good. There are programs that can handle that stuff, but then yeah, everything right now is insane. Hey, we got a good cat story though.
Oh,
You ready for a good cat story?
the palette cleanser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
What's that? What's that face?
Oh, I was looking for my drink.
Okay. They're not. Trust me, they never were here. Ow. That's a bummer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I admittedly don't know much about that stuff. Shiki knows the battle, but yeah, not here. That's fucking That's weird. Because that was my mom's gig for a minute was like at home nursing stuff, but and I know there's a lot of funding once like hospice is a thing, which obviously y- you guys are nowhere near. Um, and that's not what my mom was doing though. So I wonder. I'll have to talk to her to try to figure out what programs used to exist because I thought there was stuff, but that could just be like a Michigan thing too. Mostly goes towards old people. Okay. Rescue cat adopted by frat boys living best life as official house mom.
Aw.
An unlikely house of adopters quickly made a rescue cat feel at home and crowned her with the title of official house mom. This is from Liz O'Connell in Newsweek. Says an orange cat named Miss Ma'am
Miss Ma'am.
was part of a
That's
spay
cute.
neuter and release program in an overpopulated area of.
Ow. Sorry. I didn't mean to say ow. It's just I went to adjust my piercing and then it popped out.
Oh, I'm sorry. You okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I just gotta put it back in. It just hurt. It felt weird.
G says Michigan is way better. Yeah. Thus far the state has been okay with stuff, but then it it everything ebbs and flows, so who knows? But it's been a nice place to live the last 4 years for sure.
Did you lose your place?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it again. Orange cat named Miss Ma'am was part of a spay, neuter, and release program in an overpopulated area of Pennsylvania. This meant she would be released back into the community once she was fixed. However, animal protectors of Allegheny Valley Shelter volunteer Daniel Bauman, who orchestrates the spay and neuter program, noticed how adoptable Miss Ma'am acted and knew the outdoors was no place for her. Bauman kept Miss Ma'am at her house until she found the perfect forever home. She noted that all the cat wanted to do was be with people. But Bauman told Newsweek via TikTok that finding the right spot for her would not be easy, as Miss Ma'am has a chronic respiratory illness that flares up with stress.
I wonder if Bug might have something like that because when he gets like stressy.
There's Miss Ma'am.
Oh, she's so cute. When Bug is stressy though, he like breathes a bit funky. And we've taken him to the vet and he like doesn't have anything super noticeable that they could pinpoint. But like he's a very big mouth breather.
Yeah.
Like and they also said like he at the time was missing a back tooth and so that could be why he breathes funky. Because like his tongue doesn't rest in the spot that it normally would because he's missing a back tooth. But
she was living in a home with 3 dogs, and the stress was so hard on her that she was living her life constantly sick, she said. She just slept in a box all day. Miss Ma'am's luck turned when a Slippery Rocks University student, Brendan, came into the shelter. Bauman told him about Miss Ma'am, although she was hesitant about Brendan being in a fraternity. I never thought I'd be okay with it either until I got to know the guy, Brendan, who is the official adopter, Bauman said. The shelter placed Miss Ma'am with Brendan and his roommates on a trial basis because Bauman said she was not comfortable with her living in a frat house. However, after a week, Bauman visited and instantly noticed Miss Ma'am was thriving. There was no doubt this was the place she belonged. Bauman's January 4th TikTok video posted to her account, All These Animals, shows Miss Ma'am living her best life with Brendan and the rest of the fraternity brothers. She's getting endless love, attention, and cuddles. She's even earned herself the title of official house mom. Bauman said Miss Ma'am still loves sleeping in her box. This time, however, Brendan sets it next to his desk, and she uses it as a napping spot while he plays games or works. She meets all the new pledges. The fraternity also plans to put her picture in their composite, where she will be forever cemented as a legacy.
Oh, the baby.
G says Miss Ma'am is the best name. Dylan says cat-loving dude bros will give this cat the best life she could ever have. Imagine a house full of fun uncles that can divide up her needs amongst them.
Yeah.
It's Full House. Whatever happened to predictability? Miss Ma'am's in a box while he's playing Xbox on the TV.
Wow. That was great.
She's living life for the first time ever, Bauman said. She wanted no part of coming back with me. She is a fixture of the frat house. I could not be happier that she went with him. Touched by the fraternity brothers joining together to raise her, the TikTok clip amassed more than 463,000 views and 88,000 likes as of Wednesday. That's not a frat bro, that's a frat fam, said one viewer. Another wrote about the
Look it
adapt.
up.
I think it's at the top of this thing. Yeah. Let's look at the Oh, I pulled it up.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at your phone.
Aw. That's so sweet.
It's amazing.
Aw.
It's pretty great. Anyway, okay, we're done with you. I don't need the NBA All-Star story. Thank you. Jesus says she must be so fat. Good for her. Imagine how much scraps they drop. That's a great view for her too. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's the best kind of life. That's amazing. Get your nose ring back.
Yeah, it's in.
Okay.
All good. All good.
Okay. But yeah, Cat TV out that. What is it? Window must be popping. I don't. GU, I'm trying.
Oh, like the window view must be popping? What?
Oh, went to play the next article later, next thing after. Mobile is hard, Jeff. Yes. Okay, sorry.
I got you.
I was
It's okay.
trying so hard. I'm so sorry I failed you. So many squirrels and such. Yes. Are you talking about our specific window?
The window that the cat was in.
The window the cat was in the story? Okay.
I'm assuming with that context. We also have a nice view out our window.
Well,
but,
that's why I
like,
was trying to put it all together. But
there was like just a picture of the cat looking out the window.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. We do have lots of squirrels and birds lately. Holy shit, the amount of birds.
There's many birds out there.
After
which,
years.
with the bird flu, my brain is just like, what once was whimsical and wonderful, I'm now just like,
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
now I gotta like wipe my shoe, like fucking take my shoes off, wipe the front part of the floor, make sure the cats don't get near the door. That rhymed, but yeah.
Hey, we have we've been putting a bunch of work into our YouTube. Please go over there
Please.
and subscribe. I've got like 3 videos that are going to post there this week. Well, 2 of them already, and I should be able to finish the 3rd today. We have put a lot of work into doing like highly edited stuff of our playthroughs. There's weirdly a lot of GU in because GU hung out a lot for the Resident Evil run, so there's a lot of that. But we edit it down to like we edit down hours of gameplay down into like 10 to
Jeff did that all day yesterday.
usually like 20-minute chunks.
All day long.
Yes.
All day long. I spent by myself, out in the living room, kitchen, wherever I was, and Jeff was just in here. I would be like, Jeffrey, look at the cats, and he'd be like, no, I'm editing a YouTube video. No, I'm just kidding. I would bring the cats into the room and be like, Jeff, look at the cat. He'd be like, please don't interrupt me. I focus. He'd be like, I don't care. What are you doing?
There's cherries over here.
Those are my earrings.
Oh, okay.
Don't lose them, please.
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
I was just they were picking
Swear
them
to
up.
God, between you and the kids, I've lost more pairs of earrings in this house than ever before in my
It's
life.
just a bunch of stuff that ends up sitting over here, and I'm always just like, "What's that?" This is a lantern.
Yeah, it came on my Christmas present. My mom said she thought I would like it. And I do.
Okay.
It lights up. See?
Um.
It works. Oh, you can't see it. Look. Here. Here. Hello.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to do things. Yes, it lights up.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, give me it back now.
Also, patreon.com/dorkduck. No one has to ever give us money. That's the best way to give us money, though. And you get
Or you
stickers
can
and
mail
T-shirts.
it directly to our house. Don't do that. Don't mail money.
Hand us cash.
Don't do that either.
But
Or we can barter. I have jewelry.
videos will post early
If
on
you
there.
have trinkets,
though.
I have jewelry. I wish
Trinkets.
the barter system would come back because I have so many things that we could barter. Little things, little trinkets, little goodies.
little kid. Oh, I owe you money, by the way, because a kid very enthusiastically bought your jewelry
How much money do you owe me?
to like $12 or whatever.
Nice.
It was Friday. You weren't there for some reason. Was it Friday?
Might have
Or
been
Thursday.
Friday.
But they were, yeah. This little kid was like, gave fuck all about all the comics in the comic shop. It was just like, what the fuck? Like the kid didn't say
That's
what the fuck
cute.
is this, but like the kid was very excited about the jewelry, and then
Aw,
the parents had to be like, "Do you want to?" And she was like, "Yes."
that's so sweet. I love that. Like, I don't care if another person never bought jewelry from me again, as long as even like just there's that one kid that's just like, oh my God, that's so cool. That just warms my heart.
It always happens when you're not here too, and I'm just like,
Well, because when I am there, you're like, someone, like a grown person will be looking at my jewelry and you'll be like, yeah, she makes those. And I've never felt more like a small child at like a craft show or something with my parent being like,
I'm very
that she made that.
I'm very proud of you.
It's
Well, I
sweet.
say the same thing when you're not there too.
I know. It's just,
You're just standing there.
it's cute.
Dylan says I need to pick up my pull list and hand you money. I also need one of those retractable badge thingies you sell. Oh, it took me forever to yes. Yes, I can understand what you're saying. The badge holder things. I've got one on my keys now too. They're neat. They like the clip thing that like
Yeah, that's mine. Is it the trash fire one?
yeah.
You gave it to me.
Yeah.
It's mine.
I know, but you put it on the keys that we're sharing right now.
Oh. I thought you were saying you stole it.
No, you have several sets of keys that
Yeah, I got a lot of keys.
don't, and you'll like call and be like, "Can you let me in the shop? This door is
Be
locked."
Like,
and I'll-
lady, you have like 7 keys. And I'll be like, I didn't bring them. I'm just ready for spring because I'm not going to bitch about it if it's springtime. I'll skip my happy ass around to the front. But
Dew says, jokes aside, avoid stray cats for a bit. The health officials are warning. That's a bummer.
it is a bummer. We have a couple that hang out in our front lawn. And like, I just have to be like, okay, I guess I'm setting your guys' food dishes like far, far away from our house because I can't risk my cats, but also I can't take these cats inside and then take them to the vet and then adopt them. Stressful.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We have read messages. They look like that.
No, we don't.
They look like that,
No,
depending
they don't.
on if you are subscribed or
I
not
don't see
subscribed.
anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
My goodness. We're gonna go bug our friend Cap.
What's Cat playing?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, nice.
Please be kind to our friends. This is where we tell you, be honest, be kind, be useful, live a good fucking life. I will be live later today at 3 o'clock to play more Final Fantasy 2.
I'll be there in spirit, but not actually there because I use that time to craft.
I'm back on PC for the right. Nice. Also, Sweet Pea held my finger
Oh,
when he ate. It wasn't nice. That's beautiful.
it's adorable.
All right. Be honest, be kind, be useful. Live a good fucking life. We love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.